In the summer of 1942, the Soviet battlefield on the Eastern Front became the key to reverse the war situation in World War II. In order to ensure the continuous import of war materials, the Allies were forced to launch the dangerous Arctic Ocean route on a large scale. This transport mission, codenamed PQ-17, is composed of 34 cargo ships, which set off from Iceland and headed for the Soviet Union. The British Air Force and Navy are responsible for this escort mission. On the fourth day of the voyage, the calm was suddenly broken, and the formation suddenly heard the signal of finding a German submarine. The captain of Nordholt, the Norwegian cargo ship number 6, immediately ordered the Evil Hole 20mm anti-aircraft gun, controlled by 2 Dutch sailors, to enter the combat world. At this time, however, a merchant ship full of tanks suddenly exploded, emitting thick smoke. When the first mate in Cambridge saw this, he immediately ordered the right full rudder to avoid the sinking truck directly ahead. At the same time, the radio man received a warning that the submarine appeared on the starboard side. The 2 gunners were nervous and quickly turned the muzzle to search for the target. In the distance, many fighters came to fire shells at sea. On the 5th day of the voyage, it was confirmed by wireless power supply that the number 34 cargo ship of the fleet was sunk yesterday, and today, the number 21 cargo ship returned to Iceland due to engine failure. The next news of wireless power supply made the captain feel uneasy. Yesterday, there should have been 5 British bombers escorting the formation, but 4 of them were shot down by the Germans on the way. To make matters worse, Nordholt's own engine also suffered serious rain leakage due to the failure of piston ring seal, and it could only maintain half-speed navigation. Chief engineer pessimistically told the captain that he had to stop the ship for half a day to repair it. On the 7th day of sailing, although there were still Phil-Lejean torpedo bombers hovering in the air and more than 10 escort warships accompanying the sea, the Nordholt was gradually at the end of the formation due to engine failure, and the situation was very dangerous. However, the real dark moment of the whole fleet has just arrived. An encrypted radio command from Britain spread all over the ship like thunder. When the captain received the telegram, his pupils contracted suddenly. He immediately called the first mate and the chief engineer to discuss the response. The telegram ordered them to break up the formation and then go to Soviet ports separately. You know, Germany's powerful air and sea forces have been cruising in this Dead Sea like vultures. Several people speculated that the British might have to urgently mobilize the main ships to deal with other threats, or assess the disparity of escort forces, which could not compete with the power of the Germans at all, and chose to give up the escort mission in desperation. It is a foregone conclusion to disband the formation, and several people immediately plan the sailing route. But the final result is that no matter which route they take, they are all within the operational radius of the German Air Force base in Norway, and their chances of survival are slim. The chief engineer's voice trembled, and he strongly advised the captain to use the legitimate reason of engine failure to return to the ice immediately to end the suicide market. Da Fu immediately reconsidered.